Welcome back to the Crochet Chronicles, my friends, over at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to do the Crochet Ridges Blanket, and this is using Caron Jumbo. The color that we see is russet purple with the 5mm size H crochet hook today. We can actually make this smaller or bigger. We have those instructions available for you today, but this is a beautiful ridge concept that is actually pretty easy to be able to maintain once you get started. So without further ado, let's just dive harder into this pattern and let's begin our journey together. When we go to look at this pattern, what we have here is that we have the main body, and then the outside here, the trim, that's actually done afterward, and it's done as a strip that you sew to the blanket at the end. If you don't like doing that, you can just improvise and just do up your own border or whatever you would like to do, but I will show you how to do that as well. So we're going to start with the body of it. So we're just going to axe out this to begin with and get the body started, and it's in multiples of 10 plus 33. So you will just chain 10, 10, 10, and at the end when you're satisfied with the width of it, just add 33. Now if you message me and say how many chains do I need to change to a certain size, I don't know that information, but what I would recommend to you is just chain in multiples of 10 and just lay it up against something that you would like to match to, and then just add your 33 chains at the end in order to have that balance. That's what I would do if I were you. So we are going to be using Caron Jumbo today. This is the yarn that's recommended in the choice, but just for tutorial reasons I am going to use Caron 1 pound because I don't want to crack open a new ball just to show you a small little swatch today. But this is what it's using, and the colors are really quite wonderful, and that, as I mentioned, it's rustic purple as the choice. Let's begin together. So let's begin with the slip knot, and you can either chain 153 and be done with it, or you can change the size and do the multiples of 10 and then add 33 at the end. So I'm just gonna do a small swatch with you. So you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then lay it up against something. Is it big enough? Yes or no? If not, add another 10, and then when you're satisfied with the width of it, just add 33. So just keep that in mind. So just keep multiples of 10 and then add 33 at the end. So I will be back in just a moment. So let's begin our journey. Row number 1. We are then going to do a half double crochet, third chain from the hook. So just 1, 2, and 3. Turn it to the back side of the chain for the back hump only, and half double crochet. So you're just gonna half double crochet in the back chain all the way to the end. So do that, and I'll be back in just a moment, and we'll start row number 2. Okay, once you come all the way to the end, this is the end of row number 1. So we're gonna turn our work and do number 2. So number 2 is going to be very unique in the way that we're going to approach this thing. In actual fact, it's catching me a little bit by surprise. So let's begin row number 2. So in row number 2, the first 9 stitches are unique and the last 9 are unique, and what is in the middle is actually a repeat pattern, and it is also a mirror effect. So you're going to notice that we're gonna do the first 9 as a horizontal bar, which is a half double crochet, you'll see, and then we'll then begin 3 stitches of double crochet in the back post, and then 7 stitches of double crochet in the front post. Don't let that scare you at all. But when we get to the other side, because we have the starting of the 3 double crochet in the back post, the last section here is 3 double crochet in the back post, and then the last 9 are what we're about to do. So it's going to be a mirror effect just to keep the balance. So let's begin our journey. So to start, we're going to chain 2. This will not count as anything, so don't say that's a stitch. And what we are looking for is that you're looking for this bar right down here. Do you see that? So when you turn it over, you see the stitch? You're looking for this bar. So you're going to work down there and do a half double crochet. Sorry, down there. So we're gonna do there. And we're just going to half double crochet in the horizontal bar. So you're gonna do that one plus 8 more. So you have a total of 9. So there's the next one right there. See how it jumps up in front of you? And what this is doing is it's creating a ridge on the other side. So this is 2 of 9. So just keep moving along. Once you start it, you can see them pretty easily. Okay, that's 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So you'll do 9 of these right at the very end, and what this is doing is creating a ridge on the other side. Do you see it? Pretty, right? So the next 3 are going to be a double crochet in the back post only. So wrap in the hook, come from the back side in between the 2 half double crochets, and then just pop it out towards the back and then double crochet as normal. That's a back post double crochet, and you got 3 of those in a row. So do the next one. So these ridges follow all the way up into the blanket, and once you get to understand this pattern, you'll see that it's pretty easy and you don't have to count as much. So once those 3 are done, then the next 7 are front post double crochet. So wrap the hook, staying on the front side and just going across the post and double crochet 7 like that. So it's a front post double crochet, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now you have 7 done. So all you're just going to do all the way across this, you just did 3 back posts, 7 front posts. That's all you're going to do. So then the next one are 3 back posts. So you just keep doing that same configuration all the way, and then you will end up with 9 stitches at the end that you'll have to do that half double crochet in the horizontal bar. So when you're doing this configuration, you're going to notice that the 3 stitches before the last 9 will be these back post double crochets that you'll be working with. So please do this all the way across, and I'll catch you at the end of this line and we'll quickly review and just make sure that you finish this row properly. So I'm getting closer to the end, so this is what it looks like, and there's 12 stitches left. So I'm on the front post right now for those front post double crochets. So before I go any further, the next 3 have to be a back post double crochet before I go into those horizontal bar stitches. So 1, 2, and 3, and this will create the mirror look that's on the other side, so it looks balanced. So starting in the very next one that you want to do, the last 9 here are the horizontal bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so starting in the next one, so right there. So horizontal bars, so do 9 only. Half double crochet, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and finally the last one is 9. So that was row number 2. So when you turn it, you can see that the ridging is coming in here, and also you have then the 3-dimensional of it popping out here that you can see in the model itself, and then the back of it is kind of like has those double crochet. They were double crochet front post, but now they look like double crochet back post. Let's begin row number 3. So row number 3, the first 9 are going to be those horizontal bars that you know about, and so now that you can see that these are the 3 posts by themselves, this time there will be 3 front post double crochet, and then these will be 7 back post double crochet. So you're gonna match the side that it's on. That's how easy it is. So you're just gonna chain up 2 and make the first 9 your horizontal bars. So half double crochets. So you can either count them, which maybe you should. So this is number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So now that your 9 are in, so you can see that these are on the front post, these are on the front right now, so you want to maintain those. So keep them on the front. So front post, 3 front post double crochets in a row. And then you can see the next 7 are currently on the back so keep them on the back. So just 7 back post double crochet. So you're just gonna match exactly what you see, so you don't really necessarily have to count so much, and then in the end we will do those horizontal bars on the last 9 stitches, which I will show you that in just a moment. So just maintain everything that you see across. You don't need to count so much. You've already done the counting in row number 2, so you're just going to match exactly what you see. Okay, and so you can see the next one here, they're on the front, so keep them on the front. I'll be at the end of the row in just a moment. So just put me on pause now. So when you get all the way across, the last one here are front post double crochets, and then you have the last 9. So if you're not sure where to go first, just count 9. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. So I know this is where I need to go, so that if that helps you to do that. So stay within the horizontal bar again and just blast your last 9 in. So I'm gonna count those. So this is number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is the last one. So we're gonna turn our work. Let's talk about rows number 2 and 3 once again. So 2 and 3 are the repeat pattern, and now you can see it within the project itself, and you can see how the edging is different from what we have in the middle. So rows 2 and 3 are just the repeat, but now that you've done it now once, you can physically see where the stitches are. So you know that when you have them on the front side, then you can see them, you'll keep them on the front, and when they're at the back, you'll keep them in the back. And obviously the first 9 and the last 9 will be the horizontal. So to start row number 2 again, you're just going to chain 2, counts as nothing, and you'll do the first 9 stitches once again, and I would count that if it were me. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9, and then we can see those are on the back, so we're gonna keep them as a back post double crochet. So for those 3, so 1, so I don't really need to count them, I can see them that they're on the back, so I want to keep them on the back. And then I can see that the next 7 here are the front post double crochets, so I'll keep those in the front, and you'll keep doing that all the way across just to be able to match, and then I'll see at the end of this row in just a moment. This is row number 2. So I'm coming up to the end of row number 2, and if you're not sure the last 9, just start counting, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9, so I know exactly where I need to start. So if you're not sure, just count, and if you're confident, just blast it through. So the last here will then be your horizontal bars, and then you'll turn your work, and then you'll do row number 3 all over again. I'm going to review number 3 one more time, and just to make sure you got it, and we're gonna turn our work and do number 3. So back to number 3 we go. We just chain 2 and we just match exactly what we have. So we have the first 9 as your horizontals, so I would count those. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9, and then you can see the next 3 are in the front, so we're going to keep those in the front. So front post double crochet, and then the next 7 are in the back post, because you can see they're on the back now. So you do that all the way across, and then at the last 9 then you will do your horizontals for the last 9. I'll see you at the end of this row, and then we'll just talk about the repeating, and then we'll move on to the bottom and top edging in just a moment. So coming into the end of number 3, and if you're not sure where to go, just count. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. So now that I've done this a few times, I'm actually pretty confident on where to look to do the final 9. So I'm gonna count those. So this is number 2 so far, and 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9 is our last one. Okay, so you're going to let's talk about the repeat, and we'll do that in just a moment. So you're going to repeat now rows number 2 and 3 over and over and over until you're satisfied with the height of it. So it's suggesting to go about 50 inches to do that. You will end on row number 2. So I just finished on number 3, so when you go to end you'll be here and it will look like this as you finish off right here. So that's what you're going to do. Now let's talk about the edging, because the edging is actually sewn on, but if you don't really like that you can just add your own little border to it. Just know that it does have flexibility because of the ridging, so just keep that in mind. If you choose the wrong kind of border concept then it may buckle on you, so just keep that. And you know what, you can almost pretty much leave it to, or just add just some fun stuff to it. It's up to you, but we will talk about the edging in just a second. So when we go to look at the edging we are going to be doing this horizontal idea, so we're going to just look at it from this perspective of you're just crocheting up like this and then you're going to sew that to your project when you get there. So this whole line thing is happening because that we're just doing a small little swatch idea, so it actually looks pretty cool. So what we need to do is that we just gotta grab our yarn and then we're going to begin in chain 11 to start. So I'm just gonna use a different color just for the kick of it, and we want to start off with a slip knot and then we want to begin to chain 11. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 11. Third chain from the hook like we did before, so 1 2 3, turn it to the back hump of the chain and just half double crochet in the back hump of the chain all the way to the other side. This is row number 1. So do that and I'll be back in just a moment. So now that I'm all the way across I'm gonna turn my work and we're gonna do those horizontal ideas again. So we're chaining 2 does not count as anything. So when we go across there's only 9 half double crochets, so we're going to maintain that. So just going down into the first one, the horizontal, so just count until you get 9 done. So 1 and then next one, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9 is your last one. And then you just turn your work and just keep on repeating that. So just chain 2 and just do the first 9. Well, the only 9 that's there. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. So just keep doing that, and it's suggesting that you go the width of it, which you're just going to match it to the bottom edge. So whatever the bottom edge is or the top edge, you're just going to lay it down like this and then just match it, and then we're going to do a whip stitch to join, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. So once you're satisfied with the band, all you just need to do is that when you trim you want to leave it long enough strands so that you can get across that thing, or if you have to use multiple strands it's up to you. So technically it would be the same coloring, but you don't have to, it's up to you. But then you're just going to use a tapestry needle, and this is called whip stitching that I'm about to show you. If you want to join through slip stitching you can probably do that too, but you'll have probably a nicer join. So you're just gonna start off on an edge. I like to crochet, I like to sew in this direction, it's just a personal preference. So into the edging I go, and then I'm just going to match it to the edge of the blanket. Now because it's a different color it's gonna be very obvious that you're gonna see the stitch work, but as soon as it becomes the same color it pretty much becomes invisible. That's the advantage of a whip stitch. So then you're just gonna jump back into this project here and then move along. So I would kind of match it to the edging of the blanket itself. Okay, and you want to pull on it so it's snug, and you want to go into this project about the same distance as each one of these single crochets that you're doing across. And this is called an invisible join. It's called whip stitching, but it creates an invisible join. So you're just gonna kind of match it, and you're gonna do this all the way across. Okay, so let's take a look at the back side. It's pretty good, right? So if it was the exact same color it'd be invisible pretty much. and then eventually the party will run out and you'll finish the band on the other side of this. So once you've done the band all the way across, then all you're just going to do is just tie it into a knot so that it catches onto itself. So just feed it through the loop, and then so just pretend you're at the edge. So what you're just going to do is just in here, chances are it'll be the same color, so just drag it underneath some of the stitch work and go back and forth a total of 3 times. So once, and when you pull on it, don't change the shape of it, and go back in the other direction twice, and then 3 times. And then you're gonna weave in your edge, like any of the ends that you had, also the same way, back and forth 3 times, and that should be good to go. And then you can safely trim it down into the project like that. So you want to take care of any of your loose ends in that same manner, but you can see that you will have your ridges going in the horizontal plus also the vertical, which then makes up this Crochet Ridges Blanket. I'm your host Mikey of the Crochet Crowd. Have a super day, and we hope to see you again real soon. Bye bye.